Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another episode of Dave and Ped's AGcellent Adventure. It is early in the morning here as we record. You ever heard that song?
Oh, absolutely.
So good. Dave and I were geeking out about a half hour ago about a blood moon that was setting. Rare that you see the moon setting and it's that color. Normally it's when it comes up at night to greet us with its blood tendencies. But this blood tendency moon was setting. It was wild looking, wasn't it?
It was really cool.
Dave bursts into the office and goes, "Did you guys see the moon?" So we had to go look.
At 5:40 a.m.
I tell you what, I loved like the moon, the stars, and everything. That's one of my favorite parts of harvest. Getting out of the combine at night and seeing all that stuff. It's just glorious.
Yeah, I saw the stars and the moon in the tractor well into the evening last night.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode where we're going to enlighten, enrich, bring joy and education to your life.
Who's doing the enlightening?
That should be there. The 3 E's of our podcast. Enlightenment. Wait, is that a word? Enlightening? Enlightenment?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Enlightenment, enrichment, and education.
I could see us enriching people's lives.
And educating.
Enlightening and enriching are kind of the same, or educating are kind of the same. I don't know if we qualify on either one of those.
What would be our third E? Epidural.
Empower.
Oh, there it is. Empower you.
Engage.
We're empowering people to know
Equip.
that they can do big things in rural America.
When I was a part of the FCA stuff in Colorado, their big 3 words were empower, equip, engage.
Classic.
We can steal those.
Classic Christian words.
Yes.
I love it. All right. Speaking of Christianity, I'd like to get to something here. I'd like for us to have a gospel moment.
Oh, okay.
So the other day, Josiah was at the farm with me spreading so much manure. So every year we rent a big track skid loader from Rental because one of our buildings doesn't have a cement floor. And so this thing just gets in there, chews through all the manure and stuff. Good, our skid loader wouldn't be able to do it. So we cleaned this building out. And I think we hauled, 30 loads of manure probably.
Whoa.
Or something like that. And Josiah was out filming it for a video we're going to make. First of all, this guy's like standing on the steps of the tractor, hanging off with one hand, holding on while he's like filming. Then he's out running around in the field and all that. I kept telling him, I stand on the north side of the manure spreader because the wind's out of the north today. You're going to get covered if you try to film from the south.
Man.
But anyway,
And run where he hasn't spread.
I did not get covered.
That's good. Good job.
And so I had this moment, though, this thought. I've had it before, but now, since we have a podcast, I'm going to share it on here. You cannot look at livestock and their waste and how livestock waste is necessary for the earth and how it enriches regrowth and stuff. You cannot look at that and like not believe in God.
Okay.
You have to
explain.
There's just no way you could like say that we don't have a creator who perfectly intertwines all this stuff. Because think, if poop wasn't, so God created these animals, and if poop wasn't something that could regenerate our soil and go back in, we would literally be living in mountains of poop and waste amongst them. But God's perfect creation creates these animals, creates digestive systems where we have to get rid of our food. Where are you going to put it? We can go out and spread it back on the earth that he created. It'll go into the soil, and it's full of nutrients and stuff that is good for what regrows. Only a God could do that.
It only just happened by perchance.
Literally. You can't like... and there's probably people out there that would argue like, oh, you're like, they wouldn't know what to say, but they wouldn't believe it. You can't tell me that stuff like that doesn't have a purpose from a perfect creator. That was my thought.
Yeah, I mean, waste, you would consider waste as waste otherwise, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
How could it be beneficial?
Yeah.
General revelation, baby. Everyone's going to be held accountable.
Literally.
You can look into the
Like
earth and see that there's a God.
the smell of it is just horrendous. It's gross. It's nasty to spread, but man, it does such crucial and great things
Yeah.
for the soil and what regrows. And so, man, I was just thinking, like, I have these moments all the time with livestock too. Like when a calf is born, the mom like instantly knows that it needs to turn around, lick it off, clean it all off, and then within a half hour, this thing can stand up and knows where to go get milk.
Yeah.
You can't see stuff like that and not think it's like a creator designed this. Blows my mind, man, that
Pretty
people
wild.
don't believe in it.
Pretty wild.
Anyway, that was my gospel moment. I had to get off my chest talking about poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing better than the gospel and manure.
Yeah. Poop talk in the morning. This is bed. Poop talk with Ped.
We're not changing the name of the podcast to that.
What's been going on with you on the farm lately? You have been spreading anhydrous.
Well, we don't spread in
Or you have been drilling?
Yeah. Well, knifing.
Knifing. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Putting on gas, as we like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. The oft ridiculed anhydrous ammonia is being applied right now.
It serves a purpose, man.
It does. Yep.
Just do it safely. Please.
Growing that kern. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a dangerous thing. People don't quite understand what it is or how it goes on. But yeah, you got to take a lot of precautions when you're getting out and working on this stuff. And even yesterday was our first day starting, and so you're kind of apprehensive always, just making sure everything's working right, and you never get that random puff of gas that puffs out and gets you. And so we started going yesterday just fine, and things were running smoothly. But last night the wind died down about 7:00, and that's not a great thing when you're putting on anhydrous. You want some wind to play the wind so that the wind will push the gas away from you.
Yep.
And so last night when you're changing tanks and there's no wind, you have to bleed out the lines in the connection, because if you just open the lines, then you release all the liquid that then turns to gas that's in the line still. So you have to bleed out the line really slowly to release the line, so that when you do disconnect it from the tank, you don't get this big old puff. So when you're bleeding the line, though, there's no wind to take it away. So it just sits and it just settles in underneath the tanks. And so I basically just had to stand there for 10 minutes and kind of wait for it to drift away slowly. And so that's just kind of the bummer, is a little bit of breeze is nice.
Yeah.
To help out with that. So it's fine. You just got to be extra careful.
Patience means prosperity.
Yeah.
Patience, you will live.
Yeah, you
what
don't
we've
want to
been doing.
joke around with anhydrous.
No, yeah, it's not a good thing to have issues with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's in Elta, the Ag State anhydrous setup is right directly across the road from one of our farms. And man, it's like 2 years ago, I remember I had just parked the tractor and manure spreader in the shed, and I climbed out of the tractor, and it just boom, just hit you
Hits
like
you in
a
the face.
ton of bricks. I was like, holy cow.
Yep.
And so I instantly went to the house and told my aunt and uncle, I was like, I don't know what's going on over there. We might need to leave. And then I called the sheriff's office and I said, I think there's a leak of the anhydrous or something's going on. He's like, yeah, we've been notified. They're going out there to work on it right now or something. It's wild though. That is a powerful smell.
It puts you under immediately. Like you can't take a breath. You
Yeah,
can't
well,
take a
it
breath.
sucks
Yeah.
everything out of you. I mean, like the plant I worked at for back in Ohio was run off on anhydrous.
Yeah.
So we had
Wow.
a lot of anhydrous drills and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So the videos you see, they show you.
Yeah,
like,
man, it's wild.
just fills the area so fast.
It does.
It
It's really
engulfs it.
wild. Yep.
Well, I
Just
pray for
run.
your safety out there.
Thank you. We should be done in the next 2 days, I think. So
Boom.
today and tomorrow, if we have a really good day today where I can kind of hammer a couple fields out, then hopefully finish on Wednesday.
Boom.
Yep.
Right on. Well, I hope that happens for you.
Thank you. That's why we're here at 5:45 in the morning.
Heyo. Mike farm update, or what's going on in my life right now, is weaning cattle.
Ooh.
So tomorrow we will be weaning them. So starting on Monday, we hauled a ton of manure, or I guess it was Saturday all day we hauled manure, and Sunday. And yesterday on Monday, more manure. Crazy manure story, by the way. I'll get to it here in a minute. But then getting all that buildings cleaned out and everything so we can put a ton of bedding in the buildings, because when we take the cows from my dad's place to my mom's place, we like to just shut them in only on the cement lots for like 2 days. So they're really crowded in there. So we got to put a bunch of cornstalk bales down and bedding and stuff like that so it doesn't get too nasty. Because I think like 10 years ago, after we weaned one day, there's like this big dirt lot that goes, extends off our cement before they can like go out into all the field, the pasture and stuff. And so we were like, well, they can have the the dirt lot area and it'll be fine. I showed up one morning to do chores and it was kind of muddy and stuff. One of my cows was hung up on a gate and it died.
Oh, wow.
It was trying to jump the gate to go find its calf and it slipped and it got hung up on there, and it was still alive when we found it, but by the time we were able to like, it couldn't walk anymore. We laid it on a gate that we drug with chains into a building and then tried to stand it up and have the vet save it, and it didn't live.
Didn't work.
So now I'm like, we're taking no chances. We'll just cram them in this area. I mean, they're not like standing side by side, can't move. They got move.
Yeah.
They can roam around and stuff.
Yeah.
And then after like 2 days of readjusting and calming down a little bit, then we'll turn them out in the lot. And then like 2 days after that, they can go have the pasture. They're pretty much over it by then.
Sure. What's the the weaning process? So you're taking the cows.
Yep.
And you're putting them there.
Yep,
You've
leaving all the
got-
calves
you've
at my
got the
dad's
calves
place.
at the other place. Okay.
Yep, so we get them all in. So the calves we don't have out in the pasture anymore either. We shut them in. We have a big cement lot where they roam around and hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, then all the calves stay at my dad's place. Cows go up the road to my grandma's farm there, and they never see each other again. It's kind of sad. It's very loud. So loud. I'll get some videos of it that I'm sure we'll have out on Farmer with Pet YouTube. But my gosh, it is the most loud, annoying noise in the world. And all my buddy who lives down the road like a half mile, he'll always text me and be like, "Oh, sounds like you weaned your calves."
Yeah.
And he's like in the middle of the night, all he hears is
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like if you hear a screaming child in Walmart looking for their parent they can't find. But 10 times louder times 100.
I think my neighbor was doing it about 2 weeks ago because you just hear him crying.
Oh, yeah, especially
Just
the
crying,
wind. The wind's
man.
out of the right direction
yeah, they're
too.
just crying.
Yeah, it's sad. But it's necessary because the cow needs to stop working overdrive to produce milk because you get a 400-pound calf. They drink a lot of milk. Got to get them off of there so the body can now just chill and focus on the calf that is inside of them.
Are you done calving?
No.
You're never done calving.
So here's the deal. I sorted off 15 that have not calved.
Okay.
And I'm going to line them up probably Thursday with some corn. I'm going to feed them some corn and then walk behind them, see which ones are really close, sort those off, and then the rest I'm taking to Sioux Falls on Sunday. I think my guy's going to come take them with some old cows too that are probably bred, but I don't want to deal with anymore.
Okay.
So probably going to get rid of like 15 cows, which is kind of sad because they're worth a lot of money right now, and I'd like to have those calves, but it also means that they're probably going to sell for good money as well, since the majority of them are bred.
Yeah.
And my plan is to make my last loan payment early, get that done with.
There you
farm
go.
credit.
That would be great.
So we'll see. So, but we'll see. Got to have some petty cash on hand too for things like that.
That's
but
true.
I still got a couple guys who got to pay me for their beef, so that money will go in the bank and probably cover everything I need.
There you go.
And I'll get rid of that loan payment.
That'd be awesome, man.
No more slave to the lender.
That's a huge deal as a cattle farmer.
Yeah, and the only problem is I'm probably going to turn around and buy like 10 more pairs, but it'll be a much smaller loan payment.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's great.
So I figured, well, if I get like 10 to 12 pairs, if you get by like 40,000, but you stretch that out over like a 5-year period, I'll still probably pay it off early, but at least it's a smaller annual loan payment.
Yeah.
So
Yep. I think we're heading into a season of farming where being less leveraged is a really important thing.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And when I say heading into a season, I mean we're already here.
yeah, we're here, and it could be for a while.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the manure story from yesterday.
Oh, let's hear it.
I was up setting up a bunch of gates and all that because we have like windbreak fences that sit about, the bottom of them is about a foot off the ground. Nothing would probably happen, but I get really worried that a calf might try sticking their head under there and getting out to go look for mom.
Yeah.
So I take a bunch of gates that we have and I turn them upside down so they sit flat on the ground, and I cover all these gaps. So I'm checking the fence lines and all that and think they're good. I go up to the farm where my dad was hauling manure, and I see him parking the skid loader, and he's on the phone with someone. And I walk over. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" He goes, "Well," he said, "the manure spreader's broken, I think."
Oh boy.
full of poop, completely full. This has happened to us before, where we had to empty the entire thing by hand.
I've heard that story.
Nightmares. And so I go, oh, sweet. I said, well, this could be Thursday's workout, I suppose, is emptying the manure spreader. So he takes it out in the field, and I'm telling him to turn it on. I'm looking where you can see this gear that spins. It shows that the chain's working, and it's not spinning. And I'm crawling around, and I'm trying to find. I said, I cannot figure out what's going on. So we put the grapple on the skid loader, and we actually took probably half of it out. So now we got giant clumps out in the field. We got to go re-scoop up and spread. Mm-hmm. And so we could not get it. And I was like, all right, Thursday we're going to have to empty this out by hand. We turn the tractor off. He gets out, and I was like, try it one more time. I want to see this. He tries it, starts working.
Really?
So then I tell him to take off. The entire time it was
just
spreading.
Don't stop till it's empty.
I'm like, go, take off. Well, we had this door that was open where I was looking at the gear. I forgot to close.
No!
I had to go in and close that. Poop is flinging on me, but I did not want him to turn it off in case it didn't work again. So I'm like, close this door. Poop all over poop in my eyeball. It was everywhere. It's disgusting. But he got it emptied, but it was making a horrible clanking noise. So something's wrong. But praise God that we do not have to empty it by hand, and now we can.
That's a big deal.
Look at it and try to figure out what's wrong now that it's completely empty.
Is that a new idea spreader?
It is.
Wow.
It is a new idea.
So my brother brought home all of my grandfather and great-grandfather's old-time film footage, and I'm pretty certain that we have some new idea spreader video on there,
dude,
that we can post.
Dude,
that'd be amazing.
Sick.
So it looks very similar to that right there.
Yeah, let's get
and
that.
So
let's get that on Farm a Pet or somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome.
Good for you. I'm glad you don't have to empty that by hand. So how do you empty it by hand? Do you just do you have a pitchfork?
Yep.
Oh,
Hop in with a pitchfork and do that 500 times. I sent Josiah a Snapchat, and I was like, well, I said, we might have to film something on Thursday. I said, this is absolutely tragic, but it'll make for good content and stuff. So I said, I guess where there's terribleness and I don't want to do it, it also would be very clickable potentially.
I wasn't
YouTube.
laughing at you, by the way. Sorry about that.
Yeah. But thankfully it got working. 10% of me, the sicko part of me, 10% of me is a little sad that it actually worked because it would have made a good video cleaning it out by hand. But the 90% of me is like, I'm glad I don't have to clean it out by hand.
This same. I mean, I wouldn't have to clean it out by hand.
90% of you. Yeah. I'm with the 90%.
But I'm happy you don't have to clean it out
too.
And then, but my dad, he got going. Then he was like afraid to he drove so slow emptying it. He's like, I just want to get it emptied. I didn't want to risk anything. I was like, well, you don't have to go 1 mile per hour. You could have gone 3.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
So now it's super thick where he was emptying it. Anyway, at least it's empty.
That's right.
That's it. That's my farm update.
Good.
Yep.
Cruising along, man.
Hopefully, I'll have no more cows to calve by the end of November.
Hey, that would be a really big deal.
8-month calving season.
Can we set up a strategy for? I mean, how long should it take?
2.5 months. 3 months max.
How do we fix this? Because this is just unfathomable.
I need to sit down and have a conversation with my bulls. Be like, all right, I put you out here in July. Why weren't some of these getting bred till February, guy?
Maybe your cows aren't attractive enough.
Well, that could be. Some of them are pretty scraggly looking. I don't know what bulls find attractive, but you never know, man.
Oh man.
All right. Let's talk about Sheldon Power, shall we? Wait, we got to do an Iowa corn chat.
What are we doing first?
Iowa corn chat. Then we'll get into Sheldon Power.
Chow.
By the way, I am going to hopefully this week. He's late this week or early next week. He's going to deliver me those hay feeders that I bought.
Oh, serious? You getting them?
Bought 2 hay feeders from him.
Yo, that's awesome.
I haven't exchanged dollars yet, but we're going to.
That's great.
So, yep. All right.
I don't know if this one's too great, but we'll see what you guys think. Summers can get hot in Iowa. Really hot.
Yep.
Our all-time record is 118 Fahrenheit set on July 20th, 1934 in the town of Keokuk. Keokuk?
Keokuk, Iowa.
You're from Iowa. You don't know that?
I've never heard of this place. What the heck?
What?
In your opinion, what would be the ideal daytime high temperature for Iowa's summer's months?
78.
Yeah, I'm in the mid to low 80s.
I
Probably.
could take some 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This summer, I actually adjusted quite well to, and I don't know if it's because I was enjoying the heat because we needed it so badly after all the rain we were getting.
Yeah.
But I feel like this summer, I really like grew as a human to be okay with heat more than I've ever been in my life. And like I said, it could be psychological, or the fact that I was just never wearing a shirt in it, so I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, you handled Florida pretty well. I'll give you that, and less complaining.
Yeah. So I don't know. I could probably do low 80s because you do need some extra warm days for
you need heat.
a lot of growth and stuff with the crops. So ideal, average for like what's June, July, August? Is that our hot months?
Yeah.
Or is it more late June through early September? Give me some
It was
low
this
80s.
year. It was this year.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'd say that. You get up in the 90s and stuff, not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan at all.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not a wet year. Then it's like, things start curling up and they're stress mode and don't like that.
Right.
So that'd probably be mine. Are you a winter guy? Do you like winter?
I'm fine with winter. I'm a spring and fall guy. Yeah. Right now you get these mid 60-degree days where you got to wear a sweatshirt in the morning, sweatshirt at night. Still, it's not too windy. That's
Ideal weather right now.
ideal weather.
It's honestly perfect. Yesterday, I actually worked in a t-shirt for a couple hours.
The bugs aren't bad this time
It was
of year.
nice
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was glorious.
Yeah.
Got to like 64.
Had a couple freezes to knock the bugs down. That's big.
Tell you what, though, yesterday, that warm weather returns. You start seeing more of them stupid beetles. They become active again.
Yeah. The south side of our house just gets covered in them.
The little black ones.
No.
Asian beetles.
The Asian
Oh,
beetles. The little ladybug looking
The
thing.
orange
I
fart
gotcha.
bugs.
Yeah.
I call them fart bugs.
The pea bugs.
You touch them and they just pee on you.
They do stink.
So I guess it wouldn't be fart bugs.
Be pea bugs.
Pea bugs, yeah.
So thank you to the Iowa Corn Growers Association. Not a sponsor yet.
No, they should be, though. They should be because I'm about ready to highlight here in a little while all the amazing things that Iowa Corn does.
Boom. Here we go.
If you want more plugs, let me see them greenbacks, baby.
Let's do it.
So, all right, Sheldon Power. Hold on here. I'm going to filibuster while I pull up Sheldon Power's
Filibuster. Wow, we're about ready to get rid of that.
Sheldon Power's website. Let me look at Sheldon Power's website here. I saw a giant planter. Oh, here we go. It's the season. I'm going to click on this right here. This is what I'm going to talk about. It's the season of savings. Up to $300 off of select snowblowers right now.
Yeah.
At Sheldon Power.
How long does it go to?
Doesn't say. Husqvarna is the brand that they carry. I used to use a Husqvarna snowblower, a fine piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Used it when I lived in Storm Lake. Now we just use skid loaders and tractors at the farm. But let me tell you what, a snowblower will save your back, which potentially will save your marriage. So you should buy one from Sheldon Power. I don't know how the two are related, but they are somehow.
Plus an additional $25 service credit towards any new snowblower.
Heyo. So you should hit up Sheldon Power, talk to Mitchell, and then say, "Hey, I heard about you on those two guys who were talking about you on that one internet thing." And I figured that sounded like a 64-year-old farmer sounds when he comes in. One internet thing. I heard some guy talk about you.
Dadgummit, dumb idiots were talking about your mowers.
Also, every trailer pretty much that you could imagine they have as well. So Sheldon Power is just kind of your one-stop shop for everything you need. Agriculture or home this time of year, like a good shovel or a snowblower.
Yep.
So you should go to them and say, take my money, give me things that are good. All right. First thing I want to get to here in our main segment where we accentuate rural America. A couple in Kingsley, Iowa, when they passed, it was in their will that they wanted to donate an entire farm to the Kingsley Fire and Ambulance Service.
Wow.
So I think this happened in 2014. It said a new fire and EMS building in Kingsley, Iowa has gone up. Thanks to a generous donation by a couple here. So 51 volunteer firefighters, first of all. That feels huge.
Yeah. Essentially two pods in a row. I think we've had some Kingsley references.
Yeah, it's wild. So Francis W. and Anola M. Schweitzenberger lived their whole lives in Kingsley, Iowa, frequently gave back to the community. And upon their passing in 2001 and 2010, they left behind their beloved farm. And the will was very clear that all proceeds from the sale to go to the Kingsley Fire Department and Kingsley Ambulance Service.
Wow.
And after over a decade, all of those proceeds have now been put to use, plus a little more fundraising they did. They were able to buy a bunch of new trucks, build a state-of-the-art new facility where they said they can better serve not only their community, but surrounding ones when fires happen, whether it's a field fire or something else or a big house fire. And so this thing looks pretty sweet.
It's amazing.
But yeah, they said they left it because they just know what these volunteers do. And I got to thinking, like, this is such a rural America thing, a volunteer fire department. Now, you can't have volunteer police departments, obviously, because those people have to be trained well and paid well for their daily duties. And a fire thing isn't technically daily. Like if you're in a city and stuff like that, it's a full-time job. But there's a lot of people out there that have their full-time jobs, whether they're a farmer or a banker or whatever, and they get a call in the middle of the day, they got to leave to go do this stuff. So I think this is just such a cool thing.
Yeah. It's a very crucial aspect of rural living. You got to have some sort of fire department. And so, shout out to, I've got a bunch of friends who are volunteer firemen, and we can't get by without them. Especially this time of year, we're finishing up field fire deals, and I would say everybody that hits the field fires is a volunteer. They are out there just to stop fires.
Yeah, they are. And we talk about like faith and community and about other stuff when we were like listing our pillars. But the volunteer fire department is so crucial because, I've dealt with them firsthand when we had a field fire, like I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. And two of my buddies from high school were like on the first truck that showed up, which was kind of neat. But you constantly see them like having fundraisers and benefits and things. And man, I think people just take for granted a lot of stuff like this. And obviously everyone gives a lot of their time volunteering. You'd hope so, at least, or doing stuff like we do with church and other stuff in our communities. Those guys put in a lot of hours, away from their family doing training, or if they're at their kid's concert and have to leave or something like that, or have to go work late because they had to leave work to go put out a fire. Now they got to go back to work and finish work and stuff. So they're such a vital part of the community. There goes anhydrous tanks. Dave's like, I want to be out there.
Oh, it's time to get going.
So yeah, that was just a cool story. It was awesome.
It's a really unique thing because it's such a crucial thing that we need to have, yet they don't see a monetary reward for it.
No.
Right. But also, it's funded through taxes and city taxes and things like that. But to get the training, I'm sure they need to pay more money. They have to pay more money to buy new suits. They have to pay more money for trucks, yada, yada, yada. And so you can only fundraise so much with small towns. So a couple of years ago, we're fortunate enough in Odebolt to have a fire chief who does a lot of trainings around the country and is and is spent a lot of time doing fireman training type stuff. And so our Arthur Fire Department, which is, there's 6-7 miles between the two, our Arthur Fire Department hasn't had any real house fire training stuff. And so we had a couple old building sites, which had old houses on them. They're old dilapidated houses. No one's lived in them for a long time. They've fallen apart. And we had rented them out at one point in time. They just aren't usable anymore. And so the Arthur fire chief at the time called us and said, hey, can we do trainings on burning a house down and work on both containment and then working in to get fires out if it starts within the house. And so we had 2 houses that they trained on. They did them in, I think, back-to-back weeks or maybe even back-to-back days. So I got some really good drone footage, actually, of their setups. It was really fascinating. But they need to do those sorts of trainings more often. I don't know if they've ever had another one since then. I don't know if they'd ever had one before that.
Yeah.
And so for them to learn how to do that stuff is really important. And it's kind of a pain for the person that owns the ground because, all right, now we've got this burned structure. If there's a basement underneath of it, now you've just got this big concrete hole in the ground.
Yeah.
but it's really not that big of a deal. For us, we had a huge building site that was all old that needed to come down anyway. And so we were going to have an excavator in there and trucks hauling stuff out. So it worked out well in both cases. But to serve the fire department that way was one way, not just monetarily at a soup supper, that we could help them out, get some stuff done too, And so just think about offering up the service. It's, sometimes it's not the thing that we want to do the most, but it is. They do so much for us when it comes to putting out fires and all the trainings they're doing. And like you said, the time away from their families, waking up in the middle of the nights when they get calls. They need to be prepared. They need to be really good at every situation and not just a few situations. So if you have the opportunity to do that, let them burn something for you. And it's a really big fire and it's really cool to watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Man, like 4 or 5 years ago, they were burning a couple old, I think it was giant grain bins at the elevator at Alta. Dude, people I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a little too much. My fellow small town rural America homies like, do we not have something better to do? People were like tailgating Main Street and everything was, or not Main Street, Highway 7 was just lined with people and cars, and people were out there all day long, like in lawn chairs.
That's great.
Grilling.
Love it.
Watching this controlled burn. It was a huge fire.
That's awesome.
You're talking a whole elevator grain bin. I think 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like the old style that I don't know what they're made out of before we went to like tin bins now or aluminum bins now.
Bins.
But man, it was people were out there. It was like an event.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We had the fire department come out, and then, a lot of the families of the firefighters came out.
Yeah.
And then there's just people that are driving by watching and stuff. And it was pretty cool because when you think about a fire, you think, all right, they're heading out there with a truck and they're heading out there with a tanker. So they've got water. Well, the setups they do for these a lot of times is they have these portable pools that they set up. And then they just keep bringing tankers to fill the pools. And so you end up with, they may have 10 or 15,000 gallons worth of water running in these pools to do this controlled burn thing. It was really fascinating. Yeah.
Nice.
Speaking on fire.
Very organized.
When I was in Dayton, Ohio, there's a park that I lived by, and there was like a training ground for fire departments and stuff. So it had like fake half buildings that were like 3 stories. They had big red doors that they would like explode and like have fire come out. I didn't get to watch it all happen, but there was a big group of firemen down there getting ready to do that. I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I've
That'd
never
be
seen
cool
that
to
before.
watch. That'd actually be really cool to watch.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, and they did quite a bit of training on, so they would start the fire in the house, and then they would send guys in to put the fire out, right? And that's not something you do every day unless you're a full-time fireman. So loading up gear, going through the house in a particular way because you got to be close to the ground, you got to hunt out the fire, you got to figure out where it's at, and then you have to take certain precautions. And so they had EMS on site too, because when these guys came out, some people just react differently to being in that situation than other people, and so it's good to test yourself and that sort of stuff. So it was really a cool thing to watch, and
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a proud member of our community when it comes to our fire departments because I think they work really hard.
They do.
Yep.
After they came out that day to our field fire, like a week later, I went to the firehouse with a ton of beef and pork for my locker.
Nice.
Took it to them, and I was like, "Oh, next
Great
time
job.
you guys have a
Great job.
meeting or a hangout or whatever, now you guys can whip up like 40 pounds of meat or something."
It's awesome.
And they were very appreciative of it. So, all right. Hey, speaking of food, we talked about faith as a main pillar of rural America in an episode.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about the food ministry at our youth group. I was thinking about this the other day.
You just have a ministry specifically for food?
Yeah, for our youth group where people...
Why is this just for...
It's just for Adam Pedersen. It's his...
Why is this just for youth? Why can't I come? Why don't you minister to me at this?
You could come.
Oh, okay.
Just say, hey, I'm thinking about volunteering for youth group. I thought I'd come hang out for the meal, see how it goes.
It wasn't for me.
I'm going to test this out for a month. So it's And I'm sure this happens in churches all over the world, cities or rural. But I think I've been trying to think about this from our aspect of faith in rural America. I don't know how to say that. I'm not trying to brag or be prideful, but we have a thriving youth group at our church with a lot of kids. And it's very rare for where we live, I feel like, to have a youth group that we do of this size and where kids are committed and they bring their friends and their friends love coming. Yeah. I'd say easily over half of our youth group is non-Summit kids and stuff. And this food ministry, I feel like it might not sound like a big deal. Like you would think people would keep coming, and they probably would, but it is like vital because so many relationships are formed. So what this is we have a giant meal train and parents within the youth group volunteer. They pick a date, they volunteer to make a meal, and they got to serve like 125 people.
Wow.
So it's a big meal.
Yeah.
A lot of parents don't sign up because they're intimidated by that number.
Yeah.
And I always offer to help them. I'm like, oh, I'll help you cook. We could whip up easily 50 pounds of potatoes and a bunch of other stuff and have a feast.
Yeah.
And which I'm doing, by the way, in 2 weeks. Mashed potatoes, King's Hawaiian rolls, dessert,
you're going
and
like
chicken patties.
Thanksgiving youth group.
Oh, baby, it's going to be amazing. Cannot wait. I love making like 40 pounds of my homemade mashed potatoes.
Ooh, yeah.
It's glorious. Just get all
Skin
in there.
on, skin off.
I do
Probably skin off for the
75% skin off. I use Yukon Gold, so the skin's very
real
thin. So I take like 75-80% of the skin off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Hopefully won't nick my finger and take some of my skin off while taking potato skin off. But this is, so kids, they show up and they know there's going to be a meal there waiting for them. And then we sit around the tables and you see all these relationships happen and these bonds happen and form and stuff. And I just, I don't know. I don't have a real direction I'm going with that, but it's just so vital to keep something like this thriving in rural America. And the kids love to come. They have a blast. The jokes you hear around the tables, and then kids from all over different schools are now friends. And these are like a lot of them are lifelong, lasting relationships. But this food is like such a big part of community and gathering here.
Yep.
And when our former youth pastor came, this was going on when I was in high school in the youth group.
Okay.
He when he first started, someone came up to him and said, "Hey, like, how are we going to do the meals and stuff?" And he was like, "What are you talking about? I don't know. I was just planning on having youth group and preaching." And the parents and everything, "Oh no, we got to have food.
Yeah.
We got to have the meal."
Yeah.
So then he basically set up a meal train, put parents in charge of it. It was like, "All right, you do it."
Yeah.
So there's probably a group of 15, 20 parents who pretty much handle this throughout the year.
Awesome.
Sometimes I do a meal, but last Sunday we had homemade chicken fajitas.
Whoa.
With rice, chicken.
Yeah.
You had all your toppings you could put on them, and then cookies for dessert. And
I can't wait till my kids are in youth group.
bro, I know you should be. Then you could be up there like twice a week making the meal and getting to eat it.
Yeah.
Or just eat with us when you drop them off or pick them up.
There you go.
Dude, pulled a few weeks ago. Some friends of mine brought it that buy beef for me. Made a ton of pulled beef from my chuck roast.
Oh yeah.
That I gave them to serve, and we had like French dip sandwiches. I mean, it's like it's like legit food
That's
we eat there.
Awesome.
Yeah, we make good stuff. So
that's cool. Hey, just spaghetti every night, huh?
No, it's not. I mean, some nights yes, but man, it's just I don't know. I was just thinking of that the other night, and I was like, this is such a cool aspect of our rural church, and plays on faith, and the parents. You know, our youth pastor always says, like, keep all your receipts, we'll reimburse you. 75% of the times they're like, it's all good. We just like to do this to serve the church and stuff. But, it's just a cool ministry.
I grew up going to a not Summit's youth group, but one in Chiron called The Shed.
I've heard this is awesome.
And a very similar thing. And so there was a farmer who just had a shop that he wasn't keeping machinery in, and it was heated and insulated. And so we were there once a week, and we had, there were probably 75. I don't know if we ever had 100 kids, but a lot of kids in a Chiron, which is, how many people are living in Chiron? 500 people in Chiron, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe a little more than that. And so we had kids coming from 30 miles away just to come to youth group there. And so it's a big deal to have a place where kids can gather that maybe aren't normally doing sports, or they're not doing something specific at their school. And it gives them a place to kind of congregate and make new friends and explore something together, and Jesus is a great thing to do that. So it's a cool thing that you need to do. Food is a binder for sure when it comes to that stuff. And so now the shed, originally it was just in a farmer's shed, and now they've actually built a whole facility. This church has just the Baptist Church in Chiron has just completely dove headfirst into this and built a huge shed, probably a 80 by 120 foot shed.
That's awesome.
That's got a gym in it. It's got a worship area in it, so that just full of couches, a rec area. It's got a full kitchen. It's got upstairs, so then they can do youth, like younger kid ministry type stuff too. But they're having 100-some kids, and they serve a meal every week when they do it. And so I think, just to piggyback on how important food is,
It is, man.
there's a lot of kids that need that too, that we don't see in rural America, but it's as prevalent here as it is anywhere else.
Yeah.
And people just don't raise their hand very well.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
It is. That's awesome. You'd love to hear that. It's, I think people that aren't from here would see our youth group and see the Chiron thing going on and just be like blown away.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow. Like,
Yeah.
I pictured a bunch of people with like hay in their mouth sitting home with no one to talk to here in rural Iowa.
It's a time thing when kids see you give up whatever you were thinking about doing to help them and hang out with them and encourage them. That's a really big deal. And we need to do more of it. We need to put our phones down and go hang out with kids and serve them as best we can.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Amen to that. I agree there. Even when they annoy you, we're still there to love on them. You mentioned food as a binder. Well, wouldn't you know it? Cornstarch, big time binder.
Hey.
And we're going to get into the next 5 ANF 40 as we can continue our countdown or our count up since we've been starting at 1.
It's counting. We're counting in a
We're
direction.
counting the ANF 40, 21 through 25. We're going to bring you here. All right. Soy-based grease lubricants. Many lubricants used for bike chains. You might think my combine chain, maybe the hubs on my wagon wheels that we got to grease. Watches. It's a big lubricant for the little, apparently there's a specific grease you use for watches.
Really?
Yeah, all made from soy-based items.
Wow.
I guess just soy in general. And I don't know if what else they put in there, but soy grease,
Stuff. It's part of the beans.
soy oil.
Stuff.
Yeah, probably some of that bean fluff. So yeah, wild. More soy. Candles. We talked about candles last week.
Yes, we did.
Or was that 2 weeks ago?
I don't remember.
Our fall scented candles. Well, did you know that wax for candles, pretty much not all candles now, but almost for the most part, all candles now are made from soy,
Really?
the wax. So those fall scented candles we created.
Those turkey litter candles?
Turkey litter candles. What were some other ones?
Fried butter and onions?
By the way, someone texted me and said, I'm disappointed in you that you didn't pick fresh cut alfalfa. I was like, I thought of it, but it's too like, yeah, we all think of that. I wanted to be more creative. I wanted to be original. Obviously, fresh cut alfalfa would be a legendary
So you
candle.
said fresh cut. Hey.
Yeah. Hey. Soy wax. Yeah, for these candles. So the next time you're setting the mood for a romantic evening, remember a burly farmer helped make that candle. That'll set the tone. Cornstarch is what binds charcoal briquettes together.
What number is this?
23, by the way.
Okay.
22 was the big chunky farmer setting the mood for your romantic evening. Candles. 23, cornstarch binding charcoal briquettes together. So that luscious aroma
Really?
you're smelling while grilling some homegrown burgers raised by Adam Pedersen. Corn helped make that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild.
Where do they get?
I have no idea.
So it probably goes to like Cargill, goes to a food processing facility.
That'd be my guess. And then there's probably like separate. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah. Just trying to think of the chain.
I've gone to Platinum Crush.
Yeah.
My uncle Doug is one of like the executive guys there. He's like leads the maintenance department. And he gave us a tour once, and he took us into the building where all of the soy powder stuff was like building up, and then that gets shipped out to go into like
Sure.
probably a lot of these products.
The meal.
It was so cool. First of all, quietest room I've ever been in my life.
Really?
Be a great place to podcast. This gigantic building, but they had it insulated, and they had like huge payloaders in there that would push all the stuff to the middle and everything. And it was just this, you could see this conveyor on top dropping it in and stuff. So I don't know, there's something like that gets shipped out that helps to go for binders for charcoal or something at a corn facility.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing here. I literally have no idea.
Well, I think cornstarch is probably just made from ground corn. It's probably not a dry after product from ethanol. I don't think that would probably be it. It probably just is ground into
I want cornstarch to be a sponsor of Hut Hut Media so bad. I have to be one of their top users.
Cornstarch isn't a brand.
Well, whatever brand makes them, I want that brand. Because from applying for chafing purposes and for all of the food products and stuff that go in, I have to be one of their top
Let's
users.
just stick with the food products. Let's just stick with the soups.
I have to be one of their top users
cornstarch
in
for
America.
Soups and for charcoal briquettes. The amount of editing Josiah has to do sometimes.
No, that stays. That stays. The word needs to be spread that this is better than Gold Bond.
All right, here we go.
24. Corn and soy are found in all sorts of natural cleaning ingredients.
Okay.
Wouldn't you know? And also degreasers. They allow the product to leave a chemical-free aftermath in your house, on your countertops, or in your frying pans if you're cleaning that grease out of there.
Neat.
How about that?
Yeah.
And, excuse me, got a bug in my throat. Number 25, cornstarch-derived polymers, you've been here, Dave, are now being used in diapers.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently, like 5 years ago, there was a big switch to cornstarch polymers now being what goes into diapers because it made them lighter weight, more breathable and durable, and also more absorbent somehow. So when you go to change your kid, you think, how did all of that mess get heroically contained in here? Thank a farmer.
Heroically.
Yeah, I was going to say heroically.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does feel like that. That diaper is a hero.
Do you have so there's the next 5. We got 15 to go. America needs farmers, babies, and here's why.
Presented to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Yes, sir.
Not a sponsor
Iowa Farm Bureau.
yet.
Nope, not yet. Still can't believe they had that other guy doing the videos over me. Someday.
You need to get over that, man. You need to get over that.
What was I I was gonna ask. Do you have, like, as a parent, like, instantly, is there like a top 3 like most horrible, disgusting diaper changing moment that just sticks with you that never leaves you? Like, holy crap, this is awful.
Holy crap.
Holy crap,
I didn't
it's
even
flying towards
Definitely
me.
That's what I was
holy.
saying.
Definitely wasn't holy.
I feel like every parent's got like a top 3 where they remembered this was a crime.
The first diaper you change is always the most memorable one to me. Like the first one ever.
Okay.
Yeah. And for the parents out there that have changed that first time diaper in the hospital, the meconium brownie batter. It's
buddy.
something else, man. It's something else. Just the sheer amount. I just didn't expect
From something so
the
small.
amount to be so great. Yeah.
Man, life, I tell you.
Someday you guys will get around to it. But it was, I don't know about top 3. I don't know if I have 3 of them listed out, but definitely.
Probably not something you want to remember.
It's not something I keep track of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was with...
Do you have a diaper poopy counter?
Yeah.
Which one's worse?
I rank them often.
Tally.
My Mount Rushmore of...
Not Rushmore blowouts.
Oh, man.
All right.
Let's dive into the auction and see what we can find.
Let's get into the auction segment, shall we?
Let's do that.
Bring this
please.
baby
Thank
home.
you. Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to do... I'm going to start with my want.
Okay.
Since we were on this topic earlier, I don't know if I brought up a skid loader before. I probably have. But every time we rent that big old skid loader with tracks from Rental, we do it once a year just for this building. Everything else our skid loaders can do fine. But every time we rent that, I'm like, man, that'd be nice to have. So I found a 2013 Bobcat T650. Honestly, there's so many brands you get between Deere, Bobcat, Kubota. The one we used was a Kubota. Very uncomfortable to get into. I didn't like climbing it. I love the one we have. It's so much the one you saw me in the video standing on.
Yeah.
So much easier to climb in and plop down in that. This one you got to go over the bucket and in the hole where the door was and get in. Then you just feel like you're smashed in there. But I know it's all for a purpose and safety. But man, this baby has a huge bucket on it, beautiful tracks.
Bet you can't stand on the bucket and drive that thing backwards, can you?
Unfortunately, no. You could probably rig it up to where you tie
bypass the seat switch.
some levers down, maybe set some cinder blocks in the seat and do it. 2,100 current bid on it. It's obviously probably going to go for way more than that. 8 days left, but this baby is sick. The only problem is, so my dad and I are this winter. We have a building that we've emptied out, and we're going to put some little skids under it, I think, and drag it to a chunk of cement. And we want to insulate it, clean it up a little bit, and heat it.
Oh, yeah.
And then for a future, probably either a little shop to work on stuff in the winter or park a skid loader. Because with a track skid loader, they say the number one problem is when you're a cattle guy and you're hauling manure and it's
frozen manure,
stuff getting in there, it freezes in there, and then your tracks could break and stuff. So you need they said you really don't want to get one unless you have a heated shop to keep it in.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be, 70-degree shop. You can keep it at 45.
Yep.
But he said you're playing with fire if you put it in a shed overnight, 0 degrees and freezes.
Yeah.
So right now it's easier just to rent. But man, when I saw that baby working, I was like, holy moly, we could haul manure so much faster if we had something like this.
We have a big track skid loader. We call it Sherman, like the tanks.
Sherman, I love that.
It's such a beast, man.
Hey,
It's
are
one of the
you for
few-
hire to come do manure?
Nope, not at all. We don't have many John Deere pieces of equipment on our farm.
Yeah.
But that thing is a hog.
Yeah.
The thing about it is it's built to move things, obviously. But when I say that, I mean like ground that is packed very, very hard.
Yeah.
It moves really well.
Oh, yeah.
It does not go very fast. That's the problem with that one.
Yeah.
And so when you're doing chores, like you want to get back and forth really fast and get your stuff done. And so I'm not sure how the newer track skid loaders compare to the newer wheeled skid loaders. I think ours is like a 2010 or 2011 Deere.
Gotcha.
With tracks on it. I mean, it is enormous. It's built to dig stuff up. So it doesn't go very fast. But that would be one of my first things I would look for is like, how fast can I get my job done? How fast can I get around?
Does play a big part.
Yeah.
Dude, another thing I noticed about these track skid loaders, what's beautiful about it is that the ground afterwards, honestly, is like smoothed out and nice. It's almost like it packed it in and made it better.
Yeah.
With our skid loader, when you're turning and driving your tires and stuff like that, it's really just kind of tearing up the yard, and then we have to kind of go back in with the bucket and other stuff and smooth it out. This
It still
track one
happens.
actually leaves the ground kind of nice.
It still happens. I mean, when
Yeah.
I was doing some workout landscaping behind the house and I needed to get that out, it still tears it up. It's not perfect, but it does do a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's your first item?
Oh,
Broski
so I have
Poski?
2 items. Both are related to Kinsey. Okay. So for those that are not familiar,
Are you buying a new
Kinsey-
planter?
Nope. Kinsey is a brand of agricultural machinery.
Yeah.
They make grain carts. They make planters. Those are probably their 2 most well-known items. They also make high-speed discs and other stuff too.
Yeah.
Well, the John and Marcia Kinzenbaugh auction is occurring.
Kinzenbaugh selling Kinseys.
This is on bigiron.com. And they have put together an enormous collection of antique tractors and different things. And so after a while, they've accumulated so many, he would get a really nice tractor. Let's say it's like a 1206, and he would then find a nicer one at the next auction. So he would just buy that one, and then this one would get stuffed off into the corner. And Josiah is asleep over there, which is really funny.
Bro is struggling.
Sleeping over there.
He's struggling.
Oh man, 5 o'clock wake
don't
up
mind
is
me.
too much.
Don't mind me.
I just turned and I saw him just.
We got to get this boy home for a nap.
Just cashed
How long was I out there?
10
Oh,
seconds.
I don't know. Not too long.
I noticed
but-
earlier, and I was like,
but-
100% he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's for sure so
Sorry.
tired, man. That's so funny. Anyway, so he's got a bunch of duplicate tractors that he's selling, a couple hundred or whatever.
Yeah. The
So he has
Kinzenbaugh.
some amazing stuff on here. But he's got this. I'm not a Deere guy, but the 4020 is a iconic John Deere tractor.
Own one.
And this is an HFWD version. Okay.
Ooh.
So it has these
Look at the tires on that thing.
huge tires. Tires that are wider than this table.
Oh my gosh.
And
Those are some muscle tires.
some monster tires. They are
It's
huge.
like a hot rod tractor.
Right.
It's a monster tractor.
I'm not sure what
Now that would pack the ground in nice.
I'm not sure what the purpose of this is, or if this is kind of an aftermarket deal that he did, or if this is just
I'd love to have that.
if this came, if there was a version like this. I can't imagine they made tires like this in the 70s.
I'd love to
So
have
I think
that.
it's probably just an aftermarket deal he did, but
That looks
really
fun.
really neat. And then he's got all kinds of other stuff on there. So kind of a cool auction just to go look at old stuff and see what's out there.
That thing's dope.
Yeah.
I want one bad.
Yeah.
All right, my second item. Please practice gun safety, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Browning A5 Hunter 12 gauge, 28 inch, 4+1, 3 inch polished black gloss Turkish walnut 12 gauge. Now,
Turkish walnut. That
Yes.
sounds really nice.
Now, I picked this one because the description sounded cool. Do I know much about rifles and shotguns? No. Okay. I know more than your average Joe, but do I know, like, all right, I want to go pheasant hunting or deer hunting. This is what I got to get. No. So I want to be educated on that because ever since going pheasant hunting, I want to get a gun and I want to get, we have a 20 gauge right now,
He's
but I
been
want
a
to,
fiend.
I want to get like my own, like, this is my gun that I bought, 12 gauge, get my hunter's safety. Let's go out, walk by myself, shoot birds. Because when I went hunting, I had that apprentice license. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't get caught, but legally, I'm not going to go by myself because it's frowned upon. And I'm a rule follower, have been my whole life, never broken one rule ever.
Wow. I've never met someone like you before.
Never.
But man, so this is essentially to say, like, yeah, this is an awesome gun. Is this the one specifically I'd get? Maybe, maybe not. But I want a gun.
Josiah, our local gun expert. What do you think?
So I don't know much about shotguns.
Okay.
I'm more of a like AR handgun kind
Okay. We don't want to.
But his
We don't
dad,
wanna talk about
I was
that.
in his dad's office last night, and he's got 5 shotguns propped up on the wall in there. I'm like, man.
Weren't you a trap shooter though? Didn't
want
you shoot
one.
trap?
Yeah, I had a over. I don't remember what brand it was. I had an over under 12 gauge.
Probably Benelli or Browning, if I had to guess. But maybe not. Those feel like the big ones.
Those are big hunter guns.
I don't think
know if they're in
either
the
of
trap
them
world.
actually. We did have a Browning over under, but it was like a short form version of it.
Yeah.
But the one I used was not either of those. I did have a Benelli semi-automatic. I did believe.
Okay. Dude, speaking of Benelli, we spent one of our episodes back in the summer after Phil Robertson passed. We talked about him. Hilarious video is out there. You can look it up on YouTube. Just if you just search Phil Robertson Benelli. So Benelli sent a bunch of guns and wanted to do a partnership deal because Duck Dynasty was going nuclear, and obviously this is a family that uses guns a lot. So there's a video out there where Phil. It's one of the most hilarious things you've ever seen. Just shows like he doesn't care. He's not a showman. There's a camera set up out in the woods, and he just walks in a screen and says something like, there's a few things that the Italians are good at. And he said this, and then he pulls out the gun and just, no one knew he was going to actually shoot it. He has it completely loaded, and he just fires off like 8 rounds straight into the dirt. He says, and precision shooting. And it's like 10 seconds of silence, and he just looks at the camera and goes, yay, Italia, and then just walked off the screen. It went like so viral because it was so ridiculous, and this is how Benelli ended up like doing a deal with them and giving them a ton of money and the free guns. It's one of the funniest videos you'll ever see because no one's expecting him to shoot. He just boo, 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 and like you get all the cameramen and stuff are like freaked out. So funny. So people should watch that video. It's hilarious. It's so funny.
Oh man, good old Benelli.
Yep. All right. What's your last one, buddy?
All right, my other one is also related to the Kinsey establishment. There is a blue equipment auction. This is over in Williamsburg. So the main Kinsey manufacturing, I think, happens in Williamsburg. And then they also have an equipment dealership right next door, I think, that handles all kinds of equipment, the trades, whatever. But they've got a sale going on right now because the equipment does not like to sell when times are tough for farmers.
Yep.
This being one of those times. And so what they do, then dealerships will then take their equipment to auctions and they'll sell it at a discounted rate. They do not want to hold it over for the next year because a lot of times they have to start paying interest on it. And so this is kind of an opportunity for if you need a grain cart, there are a half dozen grain carts on this auction
Now's the
that
time.
are within a year old. There's one that's a 22 and one that's 2019, but their 1 year old grain carts are going to go for probably half of what they would have gone for 2 years ago. So if you're in the mood and you like blue, then go get yourself a Kinsey grain cart. We have Kinsey grain carts. These are the 1421s with tracks. Way too big for our needs.
Yeah.
That would fill a semi and a half if it was full.
Yeah.
And so we run a 1050, the old school Harvest Commander 1050, and it's perfect because it loads up one truck, and then away you go.
Bada bing.
Yeah.
Bada boom.
Sometimes, nice timing. Sometimes I'm a little worried that we are outgrowing our roadways.
Yeah.
Like with the weight that they can handle and just the size of things. Like just this.
Have you seen the side of my road? Have you been? Oh,
Is it bad?
Oh, there's just slabs of asphalt falling off.
That's the
side
thing.
of
It's
road.
like, at
Driving
what
people
point?
drive the sprayers on the edge
At
of the
what
road.
point do we like regulate the size of things we can use? Or because some of these gravel roads, man, when I meet
Just make bigger roads, Adam.
true, fill the
Tax.
ditches,
Tax.
fill the ditches with concrete. We don't need ditches. Let's go, baby.
There you go.
Or fill the ditches with concrete. Pay farmers to get some of their land and make new ditches.
So say, if you fill the ditches with concrete, that's not cheap.
Because some of these, some of these people you meet, I'm like, all right, I got to be looking for a field entrance here or something because this is the only option. But man, it's there's a big equipment out there now.
Yeah. It's large equipment.
Yeah.
And I would feel like we're on the smaller scale.
Yeah, we definitely are.
But you get a 4-wheel drive tractor coming down the road with a planter and
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be a tight squeeze.
Also, this is why like downforce and stuff is so crucial for planting and stuff like that. If you're doing no-till, a lot of compaction out there in the field too.
Yep.
So much compaction.
Big equipment.
Yeah.
Big heavy equipment.
So
That's why the timing of things in the field is so important these days, because when you get in there and it's too wet, just a little bit creates issues. Like if we were in Hydrison, let's say on Thursday, so we had an inch of rain on Tuesday. If we would have been out there Thursday or Friday, we felt like it was wet enough to where it was going to cause us issues in the spring, you know?
Yep.
And so you just got to be really cognizant about that stuff with the size of our equipment these days. It's
Responsible farming, man.
Yeah, sometimes it's better off to be more patient.
Yep. Wait a few days and your future self will thank you.
Yeah.
Because if you go out there, you find like an 8-foot gap. You're like, what the heck? What's going on here? And you dig up the row and you'll find all the seeds. You'll see where like the bean or the corn sprouted and tried to come to the soil,
ain't
but
gonna
it
happen.
died trying to fight its way up because there was
Yep.
so much compaction.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, that was a fun episode. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to Dave's demure, responsible tone and me and my wacky ways and things I say. Such a good team we make, David.
It's fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for Christmas. I'm excited for Thanksgiving. Can't wait to eat so much boatloads of gravy. It's going to be amazing.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, we got to do a Thanksgiving theme here coming up maybe next episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, write your senators, write your governors, tell them about this podcast. We need to make this thing known. We need to make this thing known and share with your grandma at Thanksgiving, share with your uncle at the next birthday party or family reunion. Tell them, man, there's this awesome Rural America podcast. You guys got to listen. By the way, got a new listener to All Things Hut Hut Media Sunday at church. Exciting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Love all you guys for taking your time out of your day and thinking we're worth listening to. Just remember, we're just some average Joe center farmers doing the best we can. But if you want to enrich your life, you should follow Jesus. And then go help make food at youth group. So then people like me can enjoy the fruits of your labor. We'll see you next time for another excellent adventure. Hut hut.